What's up, internet world? I'm really excited to be filming this educational video just for you to show you how to build a saved audience on Facebook Ads Manager. Let's not waste any time. Let's get to it. All right, so what you're looking at right now is my Facebook Ads Manager account, and we're gonna go ahead and search for audiences. Let's see, audiences right there. What you see here is just a list of different audiences that I've already created. On the left-hand side, you're gonna see Create Audience drop-down menu, and you're gonna see Custom Audience, Lookalike Audience, and Saved Audience. Go ahead and click Saved Audience. That's what we're gonna work on today. This is where you're able to choose the demographics, interests, behaviors of the audience you want to target and reuse it for future ads. When it comes to the name of your audience, I always recommend creating some type of naming conventions to keep organized. What I usually do is I'll put the country, let's just say USA, and then I'll put the general idea of the audience, right? So let's just say I'm trying to target people who are interested in fast food restaurants. I'll go ahead and put USA fast food rest, right? And sometimes I'll put version 1 depending on how many versions I create. Within the custom audience section, you're able to choose a custom audience that you may have already created, right? If you don't know what a custom audience is, that's perfectly fine. You don't need to know it right now. We're not going to use it. Just stay tuned for future videos that'll further explain how to create a custom audience, what you need to do before you create a custom audience. But for right now, all you need to know is a custom audience is completely different from a saved audience. You just need more of like your idea of what you want to target, depending on the demographics, interests, and so forth that you'll see now. So the next section is the locations. So you can choose literally anywhere around the world, the country, the state, the city. You can even put an address in there. Over here, you'll see add locations in bulk. Adding locations in bulk is a lifesaver. If you have, let's just say, going back to the example of fast food restaurants, right? Just say all the McDonald's in the United States, and you want to target maybe a 10-mile radius around these addresses, and you have all these addresses on an Excel sheet already, you can go ahead and upload that to Facebook. So you select it here, addresses, and you just upload either the address, you copy and paste it. You could also upload files. So that's pretty cool. And once you upload that, Facebook will match all the information with all the data they've already been creating or gathering. After you choose the locations, you've uploaded your addresses, you're now able to choose the age. So you can go as young as 13 and as old as 65 and plus. You can be specific in separating the gender as well. So if you only want to target males, if you only want to target females, really depends on the type of copy creative that you're putting out there. And then you could be specific to the languages. If you only want to choose people who speak English or speak Spanish and run these ads directly to them, you can do that, which is amazing. I also want to just point out there's an I next to each section that explains a little bit more about what each section can provide or you can do there. To go back really quick, you can exclude and include different locations, custom audiences to be more targeted on the audience you want, right? Let's just say you want to do all of the United States except California. So you can exclude that state. So you'll just put United States and then, right, include it. Now you want to exclude California. And boom, now you've excluded that. So now we're at detailed targeting. This is my favorite part of creating any saved audience because this is where your creativity comes out and play, right? You could be very selective or targeted on Facebook ads with detailed targeting, right? You can go down to the demographics and you can go down to their education, their finance, their life events, if they're parents, if they're in a relationship, if they work somewhere. You could even do interest-based, which is pretty cool. Different interests that they may be interested in music, movies. It's really cool and it's all right here for you to do. So The last thing I do see within browse is their behaviors, which is really interesting, right? Facebook has an algorithm that picks up on all these behaviors, anniversaries, consumer classifications, mobile device users. It's really, really insane, all the information that they have and that you're able to use and pay for when creating an ad and targeting these people. But when creating or selecting detailed targeting, you want to make sure you're not too specific or too broad when creating this audience. If you're too specific or too broad, Facebook won't run the ad to the target that you're trying to reach. A good way to avoid being too specific, too broad is choosing highly populated interests. Let's just, for example, fast food, right? Fast food has about this fast food has about 15,000. This one, well, you gotta be careful because this one says employers. But let's go to the interest one. This one has over 400 million, and that's what I mean when it's more populated. More populated compared to a 15,000. I'd rather choose something over 1 million. I always recommend anything over 1 million, and populated over 1 million, specific to an interest, demographics, or behaviors, is something I would choose to stay away from being too specific or too broad. All right, so let's continue. Similar to the locations in the custom audience, you're able to exclude people. Last but not least, there's connections. This is where you're able to actually reach people who have a specific kind of connection to your page or event or app, right? This will narrow your audience to include only people with that specific connection who also meet the other targeting categories you've selected. So people who like your page, exclude people who like your page, you know? It's all in here. There's advanced combinations as well that you can go ahead. It's kind of basically the same thing, but you pretty much fill in the blanks. And then you click on create. From there, you basically created your first saved audience. After that, what I recommend is creating several saved audiences that you think would relate or resonate with your brand or message or product. And from there, A/B test these audiences to find out the ones that really connect with your message, with your content that you're putting out, right? So after you A/B test them all, then you're actually able to put more money on an audience that will listen to you and ultimately, hopefully, purchase from you. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate all your help and support. If you're interested in learning more strategies on how to launch a successful campaign, I'll be glad to share all the knowledge I've accumulated throughout the multiple campaigns that I've helped launch. If you have any questions at all about what I just went through, comment below and I'll be glad to answer those questions for you. My DMs are always open, so let's get to it.